Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Oh gosh, I'm out of breath. Okay, so this video is a list of books that will get you out of a reading slump. I know what it's like being in a reading slump. Not the best. In my case, I don't feel good about it, and it happens. Sometimes it's a couple of days, weeks, a month. I haven't gone longer than a month, but I hope it doesn't happen. I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, it happens to a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not a fan of it. So probably if you clicked into this video, it's because you want some recommendation. Maybe the ones that I will be recommended, you probably have heard of them. Not all of them. There are some that are pretty popular, and I'll probably look at my phone because I have the list here. I'm not good memorizing things, but yeah. I also wanted to put a disclaimer in this video that it's okay to be in a slump. Sometimes our mind, body needs a rest. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I know sometimes it can be frustrating to be in a slump. So I wanted to make this video to recommend books to get you out of that slump, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing. In my personal opinion, I'm not a big fan of like being in a slump, so that's why I wanted to make this video, and I just wanted to make that clear because, like I said, I'm not trying to shame anybody in any way, and I just wanted to make this video to recommend books because why not? Without further ado, let's start the video. Oh, by the way, I apologize for my English. English is not my first language, so I apologize for that. I know I'm not the best at it, but I could tell while editing my other videos, and I was pretty annoyed even hearing myself, so for that I apologize to you. But let's start with this video. So I'll be talking about the books that I don't have a physical copy of. I will try to tell you guys a little bit about each of the books, but some are recent read, some are not, so I'm not the best at remember things. Obviously I picked books that I really read quickly and that I really liked, but my head is not the best, so I apologize for that. So the first book of this list is The QB Bad Boy and Me. QB, I think it's a quarterback. It's a football like related kind of a sports romance. Here is the cover of the book. I've read this book throughout Wattpad book, so on the Wattpad app. So I read that, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I don't remember, but it's one of my favorite stories of all time. I've read it like probably 3 or 4 times because I love it so much. So it's about this guy named my god, you see, I'm confusing his name. Oh wait, I'm not sure. It's Drayton. Yeah, she calls him Dre. That's why I was confused. Let me see his name. Drayton. Yeah, that's what I knew it. I just knew it. So it's about Drayton and, oh my god, Dallas, and they go to the same high school and they never notice really each other. He knows about her because she's pretty popular among the players in the team for her shape, because she apparently has a beautiful butt. I don't know, but she's pretty popular among them, and she's on the cheerleader team, but she doesn't really interact with anybody except her best friend. And obviously she knows about him because he's pretty popular in school. And then one day she finished her cheer practice, and she's texting her friend, I think. So she sits down for a minute, and then she only hears like, watch out, and then it's a football coming her way and she catches it perfectly. This intrigues Drayton. So then the story goes on in there, and I love, it's kind of grumpy sunshine but reverse. Like, I love it. He's not really sunshine, but she's the grumpy one in this story, and I just love it. I feel like if you liked the Icebreaker by Anna Grace, which is this book, I feel like it's kind of similar. Like, the relationship that Nathan has with Anastasia is everything, and I really like that about Drayton and Dallas. You need to get to read this. I haven't really heard anybody talk about it. Then continuing my list, One of Us is Lying by Karen M. Magnus. That book is great. It's a young adult murder mystery, I think that's the genre, but it's this book right here, and it's a really great book. I love that book. I think that's the book that really got me into reading more physical books this year. Like, it's really great book. I don't have it. I have the physical copy, but I don't have it with me. But it's a great book. It's about 5 students in detention and one of them dies, and these 4 are the suspects, and you try to see like who did it and all of that, and it's really good. It's really good because you're really like doubting of everybody and you're really confused to what happened, and at the end you're really shocked. I was shocked. I know people, some people predicted. I didn't, but it was really great. Highly recommend. Next book, Dare to Take a Chance by Nordica Knight. I think that's how you say it. It's right here. This book, I read it like on April. It's the first book of a series. It's about the Dare brothers. There are 10 brothers, and it's about Jed and Lincoln, and it's, oh my god, I love this book so much. So this is the first book of the series, like I said, and it's about Lincoln, that she's Canadian and she loves snowboarding a lot, and I think she works with her dad. And you know, they live on the mountain. I think it's Alberta that they live. I don't know. Banff. They live in Banff, I think. I don't really remember, but she is with her dad and all, and she wants to spend time traveling. She loves traveling, she loves snowboarding, and she loves photography. So she really wants to go to a place that, you know, you can snowboard all year long, and she goes to Alaska. I don't remember exactly where, but she goes to Alaska, and she decides to stay a month in a resort that it's really popular for its winter activities and all, and that is the resort of the Dare family. So she goes there and she meets Jed, and obviously from the beginning there's tension, and this book is everything. I think, I'm not sure all the books that I'm talking about, but search up trigger warning for every book that I'm talking about, because I don't remember which one have sensitive topics. This one has a sensitive topic, but what I really like about this author, she really speak up about a lot of things that are not really common, and she's really open about sexuality and what should be okay, because everybody's different, and it's really about acceptance. This book, I feel like you really like it. I loved it. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so I think the first 2 books are on Kindle Unlimited and the others will come throughout the way. I read that on another app. I read them before they were on Kindle Unlimited, so some things might have changed, but from what I remember, it's a great book, and I'm pretty sure it will stay kind of the same, so please go read it. Then I mentioned it already, but Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Wow, what a great book. It's quite a long book, so it obviously you won't read it as fast as maybe other books that are not that long. It's around 500 pages. It's a long book, but believe me that I read that so damn fast because that book was everything. But this book is about Anastasia and Nathan. Nathan, by the way, I love you. You're everything. It's about them. She's the team captain of the hockey team, and she's a figure skater, and something happens to the arena of the hockey players, so they have to skate in the figure skaters arena. So then they're stuck together. It's kind of forced proximity, not really, and it's reverse Grumpy Sunshine. And I don't want to talk like a lot about it. I feel like you should go blind into this book. I don't have the physical copy. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so you should go check that out. But the next book, it's Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This book was great. I've been wanting to read this for the longest time ever, and I finally got to do so this summer, and it did not disappoint. So this is about Georgie and Travis. I forgot his name. So Georgie and Travis, he is her brother's best friend. He was a baseball player and something happened and his career goes down and he can't play anymore. And she's the one that isn't taken seriously in her family, so she works as an event planner, but the majority of the time she does clown in kids parties, so she's really not taken seriously by her family. So she makes a deal with him. She's like, he needs a job and he's not really taken seriously because of his way before, you know, sleeping around. And she's like, okay, let's make a deal, let's fake dating. If I'm with you, people will take me more seriously and not like the family clown, and you will get the job that you want. So it goes from there, and it did not disappoint. Then another YA mystery murder, which is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This book, oh my god, I was in a reading slump before reading this, and this came handy. Okay, it's about Pipa. She's doing a school project and she wants to do it about a murder that happened 5 years ago in her high school. It's about Sal and Andy. Like, the murder, it's about Sal killing his girlfriend Andy and then killing himself, and it's been 5 years and people still talk about it. So Pipa really wanted to investigate about the murder, and yeah, we'll leave it there. Then this is probably a book that you've seen a lot, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint, and that is The Seventh Husband of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Wow, this book, to be honest, was not what I was expecting at all. So this book, it's about a famous actress in the 80s, sorry. And obviously, as you can tell, she had 7 husbands. And this journalist, Evelyn, wanted Monique to interview her. She never done interviews in her whole career and even after, but she asked specifically for Monique. So Monique does the interview and Evelyn told her everything, every detail, all of it, of her career and even after. And this book is great. Okay, please, I read it so fast because it's really, I wasn't expecting anything of that. This book really shocked me. The next book, it's really a quick read because it's not that big. It's a great book, and that is the Chichi by Sarah Adams. Even the cartoons, like, I love this type of cover. This book, it's what makes me like this type of book, like romance. It's a quick read romance, cheesy, not so cheesy. Like, I love it. So this book is about Nathan and Bree, and they're best friends, and they secretly like each other, but they don't have the guts to tell. Like, he doesn't want to tell her, afraid to lose her, and vice versa. So he's an NFL player and she's a ballerina, and there's fake dating here. I think I don't know, I don't remember what happens. Oh yeah, now I remember. So his fans, Nathan's fans, know about Bree because she's her best friend and she's Nathan's best friend, so all his fans know about her. And one day she does something and they have to fake date, and there goes the relationship. I'm sorry for being bad at explaining books. Like, I'm not the best, okay? I don't really remember things, but yeah. So next, it's Dating Dr. Dale by Nisha Sharma. This book was, I've seen it a lot on TikTok, but not enough of how good this book is. It's really a good book. And it's really, like, I was eating that up. Like, that was so good. And it's about, I don't really remember because it's been a long time. It's about Karina and Dr. Prem. So he has a show, it's called the Dr. Dale Show, and it's really, he talks a lot about love not being, how is it that he doesn't believe in love, okay? And he's like, oh, love, it's not real. To have a successful marriage, you really have to meet somebody you get along with. It's not love that is big, that is something mental, that people feel like their heart beats faster. It's nothing like that. It's just about, you know, having a companion, and that's it. Love doesn't exist. Then there's Karina. She does believe in love, and her dad tells her that if she wants to keep the family house, else she has to marry. So they meet and they have chemistry, and he's like, okay, I can help you and I will prove to you that people only have like need a connection to have a successful marriage. Love, it's bullshit. You don't need that. And there goes. Then comes Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. We needed a Colleen Hoover book in this because obviously she's amazing. So Ugly Love, it's about Kate and Miles, and Miles is her brother best friend. He is a pilot, but Miles is really secretive and broken, and she's like, what's wrong with this guy? And she really interested in him and kind of like hints him like, hey, I like you, like, well, I'm attracted to you, not really I like you, I'm attracted to you. And they get into a deal that a physical relationship, nothing else. He's like, don't fall in love with me because you will get anything out of it, and I will leave it there. The title, it's called like that for something, okay? Then It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This is the first book, and there's a second book about this girl's sister. I like this one better than the other. It's not that I didn't like the other, but I don't know about this one. It's just my favorite. So this is about Piper and Brendan. It's a small town romance. She's, you know, a fancy girl living in LA, living her life, party everywhere. It doesn't matter what I do because I have money, you know. And there's this Brendan, the guy that is used to all day do the same thing. You know, he has his routine. He likes routine, he likes normal. And then one day Piper goes to the small town, and I will leave it like they're right there. That's kind of enemies to lovers, and I don't want to talk too much about it because I feel like I will not explain it well, and you don't need that. Then oof, this is the first book of a series, and this series really got me into reading. Like, I've never read books so fast in my life, and I'm not even joking, okay? Like, I read quite quickly, but these books, that was another level. So I read these books so fast, you don't get it. And that is the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. This is a deal. This is the first book in the series, and let me tell you this, wow, like, I'm shocked how much I like this series. I knew I will like this book, but I didn't know they were that good. Like, this book is everything, guys. Please read it. So this is about Graham and Anna. They go to the same school, obviously, and they have this one class, and one day they get their paperbacks, like, I don't know, they had an assignment or something, I don't remember, and everybody fails but Hannah and another girl, I don't remember. And Graham see this. He has to pass all his class to stay on the hockey team. He's a captain of the team. So he's like, hey, this girl has good grades. Let me ask her for a favor. And he asked her about like helping him with this class, and she's like, no. I think she knows about him, I'm pretty sure, but she really doesn't want anything about it. And he keep being persistent about it, and then discovers that she likes a guy from the football team. So he's like, you know, if people see you with me, they will get intrigued and he will want to date you, or maybe get a date, whatever. I will be your date at this party that he will be in if you help me. I think that's how it is, okay? I don't remember much. And that's how they make the deal. Then we'll talk about this book that you've probably seen everywhere, and that is The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. I read it like a year ago, and I still can't get over it. Like, this book is so good. So this book is about Olive and Adam, and he's a professor and she's a student, but she's not his student. She's in another, and it involves fixed dating. She dated a guy, but it was only a date and she didn't really like him, and her friend is interested in the guy she dated, so she's trying to convince her friend to really go for it, that she doesn't really have to she doesn't have feelings for him, and she really doesn't, but her friend is not really convinced. So then one night she said to her friend, like, go to a date, I have a date myself. I think that's how it is. And then she sees that her friend is coming to the where she's working, so obviously she's not in a date, and she grabs the first person and kiss the person, and that is Adam. I'm going to leave it there. The next book that I'm talking about is the Dreamland Billionaires, and that is these two books, The Fine Print and Terms and Condition. I don't really want to talk much about them. If you really want to know more about the details and all, go to my video, my November wrap up. Go there and I have more information of this book. Then there's the Dirty Air series, all of them, but go in order please. The first one is Throttle, and like I said, my November wrap up, I talk more about it, but they're amazing book. The Twisted series, I have nothing else to say. Anna, I love you. She's amazing. All her books in this series are masterpiece. Don't get discouraged by Twisted Love, please. Keep reading, even if you're like, what is this? Keep reading. And the last books, two books that I want to talk about are Flawless and Heartless by L.C. Silver. I recently finished those books, and let me tell you, they were great. They were amazing. They were what I needed. Like, they were so good. And I really want to know more about this author because she's amazing. Like, she knows what she's doing. Okay, hi, this is future me. I'm editing this video and I realized that I talked about Flawless and Heartless, but I didn't really explain a little bit about them. They're both small town romance, and the first one, it's about Wraith and Summer. She is his PR agent, and he does something and she has to keep him under control, so she has to go to the small that he's from and keep an eye on him, and it goes from there. And Heartless, it's about his brother, his older brother Cade, and the girl in the book, it's Willa, Summer's best friend, and like Cade needs a nanny for his child and for his kid, and Willa comes along and it goes from there. They're both really good, really spicy, they have everything, but I realized I didn't give you guys information, so here it is. That's really the last book that I wanted to talk about, so that will be all for today's video. Thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video guys. Bye.